So a warm welcome to you from the Bocuse in Lyon for the 2011 competition. We're here shadowing Team UK entrant Simon Holstone, and I've managed to catch a quick word with the team coach Nick Vadis. Morning, Nick.
Morning. How are you? I'm all right.
How are you doing?
All right, yeah, we're good. It's noisy, isn't it? It's all starting to come to life now. Got here nice and early this morning when there was nobody in here. Managed to get in okay. So yeah, it's the main event. I mean, it's what we've been working for the last 2 years now, probably.
For those in Birmingham that aren't that familiar with the competition, perhaps you can describe it to them. They can obviously hear the noise in the background.
Well, it's a bit like, I would say it's a Eurovision Song Contest that nobody sings, but we all do food. It's going to get noisier, and we've got to get used to it. I mean, Simon will be in the zone in his kitchen, so he'll just block all that out. And as you can see, it's a bit of a media scrum sometimes around there, and I'm sort of like the bouncer, the timekeeper, and obviously know his dishes inside out and back to front, and make sure it all goes on the platters ready to leave on time.
And what sort of form is he on this morning?
He's on good form. I mean, you know what Simon's like. He's a consummate professional. He takes competitions very seriously, as he does his role in his kitchen at work. And, you know, I would say he's in the zone. He goes into a different sort of mindset, you know, but he'll settle down. It's a 5-hour competition. We've just started, just gone over 15 minutes, and get the first 2 hours out of the way, get a lot of the prep done, and then move into it.
First day of judging, of course, was yesterday. What did that look like from what you saw of it?
Well, I was here yesterday, so I was actually doing the judging at the back of house, mise en place, and checking all the contestants in. So I got picked for that. It's names out of a hat, which is not a good lottery to win because it takes you out of helping for the day before. I saw everything that went out yesterday. There's some good stuff. There was some okay stuff. You know, there's all good stuff. People are working to different budgets, and you can quite clearly see that on their finished product. But at the end of the day, you know, it is a level playing field with the product. The main ingredient, the protein and the fish, everybody gets the same. And it's just how you apply your skills on the day.
And what's the quality of the produce been like? Obviously, it's, you know, comes from Scotland, so we know it's very, very well sourced. But any issues with the boxes?
No, not really. I mean, the lamb's very good. The shoulder and the saddle. The monkfish has been fine. It has been frozen, obviously, to guarantee that amount of monkfish at that size for this one competition. They had to start freezing it down. But again, you know, everybody's got the same. Langoustines have been a bit of an issue. You know, they're very pappy. They've been frozen. We were advised on practicing with them that you thaw them out half an hour before and then use them. That does make them a little bit better. They are quite pappy and they are quite fragile. I would say they're not the best. But again, everybody's got them.
They've got the same.
Yeah.
And, you know, how are you feeling about Simon? Everyone feels that this is one of our best chances ever. We've been competing in the Bocuse d'Or for many years now, but obviously Simon's just practiced, I think, like no one has practiced before.
He has. I mean, you know, I knew him when he was doing National Chef of the Year. I know he practiced for that, but he only did, I think, 3 practices for that. He's done 9 full run-throughs for this down at the Elephant. I've been down there for 4 of them. Obviously, I couldn't make everyone because I have a job as well. But obviously, I spoke to him on the phone every time he'd done one, and we've talked through it. He hasn't done as many as some. Some contestants will have spent 6 months doing this every other day. That said, I think you can practice things to death. I think, you know, 9 run-throughs. He understands the dishes. He knows what he's doing. He's working to his own capabilities. He is a good chef. He's comfortable in the kitchen. So I think he's got a good chance of getting somewhere in this. I really do believe that. You know, every 2 years this competition steps up a notch. If you look back, I was talking to Ike Zimmer yesterday that was here, who has had the highest placing so far, 8th. However, Simon has been given the highest marks here 2 years ago, so he achieved more marks. So the standard has stepped up, and every 2 years it seems to go up another notch. And that's purely down to probably some of the member countries that come into it, and the awareness of it and the bigger budgets that get thrown at it.
Okay. And just tell us a little bit about Jordan, who hopefully we can catch in the background. But Jordan's, 22 years old and never... Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great comic. You wouldn't think he was as young as he is. He's very mature for his age. Again, working perfectly in harmony with Simon. And it was great actually using a commie from the Elephant. It did concern Simon at first because, you know, it could split the brigade because you've got, you know, 2 of them focused on this with the rest of the kitchen. but it hasn't seemed to impact on that at all. He's very confident in his ability. I was in the kitchen for 2 run-throughs as Jordan's commie, doing all the menial jobs, and he's not afraid to tell you what to do, and that's what his job is. He's working with a young girl from the Bocuse Academy who's drawn lots today to work in the English kitchen, and there is a bit of a language barrier. Her English is not that good, but he'll be instructing her and giving her some jobs to do. Some of the kitchens yesterday didn't use the Bocuse Academy student at all, which to me that's quite soul destroying, because the person was just stood there for 5 hours. To me, give them jobs to do, get them involved. They're a great academy. They're not idiots. These want to be real chefs.
So how would we compare her level back in England?
She's probably the equivalent of a student, a level 2 student in Westminster or TVU. Yeah.
And from what you've seen of her skills, does she look handy?
All I've seen her do is chop parsley so far. I know what job she's going to do, but she's doing all right.
Okay, well, thank you so much. We're really, really, cheering you guys on today, and I hope you have a really good day.
So great to say hello to everybody in Birmingham, because I know it's a great show, and we wish them all the best there. Thanks.